Hey guys, it's Liz here with another video for you, and today we're going to be talking about how to work with the shaped glitters. But before we get started with that, I wanted to just quickly tell you about a new company that I've started working for. This is NOLA dips, this brick red color, and actually the other color that I have on my hand too is they're both NOLA dips. And NOLA dips just recently reached out to me to help promote their product, and I was really excited to be able to work with this company because I grew up in Louisiana. I lived in New Orleans for about 2 years, and so Louisiana holds a special place in my heart. And this company also has a lot of really interesting products. They do their stuff a little bit differently. She mixes by hand in small batches, and she likes to use a lot of different products to make her dips, such as this beautiful brick red color is made from a cosmetic grade red clay. So if you are interested in that, and I do have a code for that, and I will link that in the description. So now we are getting into the shaped glitters. Now I'm using these leaf shaped glitters because it's still around the fall time here. But I will be doing some more videos with some different kinds of the shaped glitters. But I mean, it works about the same with any kind of glitter that you have. So what you want to do to start, before you even get started putting these on your finger, is to just kind of either take a point of some, like a pencil, toothpick, dotting tool, or the side of this toothpick worked really well, and I just kind of rolled it to curve it a little bit because the shape of your fingernail is not flat, so you want to kind of create a curve so that it's not sticking up as much whenever you're working with this glitter, because if it's sticking up too much, then you're going to need a lot of clear over the top of it, and it's going to get really bulky really quickly. So you do this just to try and help it to just mimic the curve of your finger. So this one I just used, if you saw that, the tweezers to kind of roll it on the tweezers, and that worked really well. So I think I end up doing that for a lot of them. The easiest way to pick these up too is just by like putting your finger on them, like if your finger's a little wet, and just putting your finger on there, because I tried to pick it up with a few times with these tweezers and they just flew off and I couldn't find them. So once you have enough of them curved or rolled a little bit, then you want to start putting them on. Now I have a builder base on my nail already, so I didn't want to add any more bulk. But if you don't have anything on your nail, you may want to start with a dip or two of clear. But I am just putting the base, and I'm using Virgo Gem base, which is a little bit more slow drying, so I have a good bit of time to work, but I'm still, because I'm doing a pretty in-depth design, I am still having to like put more base on as I work. Which is fine, because the base isn't really going to add too much bulk. It's the clear dip that's going to add some bulk. So I wanted to kind of get, and you'll see like some of those are just like flying all over the place. Goodness. They're not easy to work with, I do have to say, but I feel like the outcome is definitely worth it. So for this design, I was going for more of a layered look, and so some of these pieces I wanted to be hanging off of my nail, or just have a little piece of it on my nail. So I'm kind of trying to get them, and I messed up here and put some tried to put it on with my finger and got base on my finger, and you'll see why that was a mistake right here, and it just got stuck to my finger. Oh goodness. Yep. And I will show you, and this thing did not want to come off. It just kept sticking to my other fingers, and but I'll show you how to clean that up in just a second. But yeah, so I just wanted more of a random, almost like a pile of leaves in the fall. That's the kind of look that I was going for. So after you get them kind of where you want them, then you're going to dip in clear. What this does is just fill in any of those spots that are not occupied by a leaf. So it kind of helps just flatten all of that out just a little bit. And here I am, I'm just cleaning up that glitter that got stuck to my finger and the glue off of it. Since it was on my fingertip and that skin is a little bit tougher, I was able just to take a 180 grit file and just file that down a little bit. So once I kind of dusted it off, there were a couple of spots that I decided to add some more glitters to. And this one I ended up having to kind of curve it the opposite direction because of where it was sitting right next to my cuticle. So after I get those two on, then I do another complete dip and clear and let it dry. Now I'm going to take my cuticle nippers and very carefully try to clip off all of those glitters that are sticking out on the side. Now you may want to wait to do this until after you activate, because if you're not too careful, then it will kind of pull those glitters off, or you might just need to wait for it. I don't think that I waited long enough for it to dry, and this one started like coming off on me, but I just kind of pushed it back with my finger, kind of patted it down, and it was okay after that. So once you have all of those glitters clipped, then you want to do one more full dip and clear just to make sure that everything is encapsulated, and that way when you file and buff, you're not going to clip, or you're not going to file off any of those glitters. So after you've waited for about a minute for that to dry, then you are going to dust off and activate. I like to activate a couple of times just to make sure that it's all the way activated, since it is kind of thick. Then you are going to file and buff, and a few things that I want to add about while you're filing and buffing. I mean, if you've watched some of my filing and buffing videos, then you may already know this, but I do like to season my, and I did do a little bit of that brick red before that, so I was just cleaning it off right there. But like I was saying, you do want to season your file. So with that, what that means is you're going to rub the edge of your file against another file to kind of get the grit off of the edge, just the edges of your file. And that way, whenever you're filing around your cuticle line like you see there, it's not going to rub on your cuticle or your skin, your proximal fold, and irritate all of that skin. So while I am filing, I'm also using my finger to check to see if they have any bumps that I can't see with my eye, because sometimes you can see things that look like bumps, but they're not really bumps. And then sometimes there are bumps there that you can't really see. So using your finger kind of helps you to get all of those bumps out. I'm also checking my finger at every angle, every direction, to make sure that it looks the way that I want it to at every side and every angle. So after you get it all filed the way that you want to, then you're going to activate. This doesn't mean that you're done with filing. If you see something that looks off, you're welcome to file again. Just make sure that you activate again as well. So to finish up top coat, lately I've been using alcohol. You can also use just rinse with water. The reason I like to use alcohol or rinsing with water, it also kind of gets some of that powder that you might have missed by dusting off. So that's the reason why I like to do alcohol. So 2 coats of your top coat, and then we are done with this mani. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure that you give it a like. If you have any questions or comments, make sure that you leave them below. Thank you so much for watching this video and supporting me. I hope that you will subscribe for more fun and videos. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.